Hey, good morning, guys. I was kind of wanting to journal, and so I figured the fastest way would be to take a video and do video journaling, but you can't see it right now because the clouds are there, but I'll try to do it sometime whenever I'm here. But Mount Kilimanjaro is really, it's right there. It's massive. I mean, the peak it's like that high up in the sky from here. So maybe one day I'll be able to get it, but today is actually day 3, but I want to talk about the first couple of days of getting here. I was wanting to do it yesterday, but we had a full day yesterday, and so let's go back to our travels. So trying to get here, boy, we had a blast. It was interesting because our plane kept getting delayed and kept getting delayed and kept getting delayed. And we were at the airport at 8 o'clock in the morning for our original flight, which was 10 o'clock. And so, and all of our, because we had a layover, we had the layover in Paris, we tried to get some rest, and all of our luggage and everything was at the airport. And so we got back at the airport at 8 a.m. and for 10 o'clock departure. And they delayed it until 1:15 departure. And then they delayed it again till a 2:55 departure. So that put us getting into Nairobi at 2 a.m. So we had to communicate with Mark here on the ground, and he, because he was out here in Amboseli. So welcome to Amboseli. We're kind of in a safe place right here. We have to have people to help us walk around because of there are lions that are out here, and there are snakes, cobras. They don't want us to get bitten, and there's different animals. They just don't want us. There's bull elephants. They just don't want us walking around just by ourselves. So we have to make sure we're kind of, especially in the morning like this, we're kind of taken care of. But we'll show you more of this kind of stuff later. But I just want to kind of go over. We get into Nairobi at 2 a.m. We have to clear through immigration. We have to exchange money into Kenyan shillings. We're trying to get SIM cards for our phones, and the 24-hour SIM card place was closed, so we didn't get SIM cards for our phone, which is fine. We don't really need them to survive. But we were able to get some Kenyan shillings, and we go through customs and all that kind of stuff and get out, and Mark's waiting there, and it's like almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and so it's pouring down rain, and so we get drenched. Our stuff gets soaking wet, so everything, almost everything we got a little bit wet, but it's okay. Put it outside here. I'll show you later. They put them on these little tiny acacia trees, which is that right there, and it's got thorns all in it, and it helps that with the sun, dries it all out, so we're all good with that. But anyway, so we get to the hotel at about 4:15 a.m. and we're supposed to leave from the hotel at 6 a.m. and so it kind of gave us just enough time to, we just wanted to get showers. So we're in the shower, and I'm helping wash Max. So Kristen's going to take him and get him dressed and stuff like that after I wash him. And of course, if you know Max, he's a little crazy dude, but he's jumps out of the shower, and it's tile, and his feet hip and just slip out, and he goes backwards. And originally I didn't think much about it, but anyways, he busted his head open right back here. So I was like, good grief, we've been in Kenya not even, not even 2 hours, and the dude's already busted his head open, and so we just all stopped. Every one of us, we all stopped. I got out of the shower, got my clothes on, got out there, and we just stopped and just started praying over it, because his head's now gushing blood. Got a little gash, probably about like a 2-inch gash in the back of his head, and we're trying to stop the bleeding. And so we just start praying over him, and it was a rough morning because we had to leave by 6, trying to get everybody bathed. Our first bath in like in 2 or 3 days, and so it's that last bit of hot water we're going to get to experience. So we were just trying to get whatever we could. So anyway, yeah, that was a crazy experience. So we just pray over him, and the bleeding stopped pretty much shortly after that. He's had very minimal bleeding since then. And we have this stuff called nano silver. It's not colloidal silver, it's nano silver. And so we got that from our doctor to kind of spray on any scrapes, cuts, anything like this, because it kills the bacteria or anything you can get in it. So anyway, so we've sprayed that on it. We've been putting that on it. We have some other stuff we've been putting on it, and we've been band-aiding it, putting band-aids on it. So we brought like a emergency kit with us for in case something happens, right? And so, Mark looks at it and he goes, well, if we need to, I got fishing line and a needle at home. So he's like, we just got to get to Ambaselli and we can suture it up. But we didn't have to do that. I was keeping it like super tight. But then, it developed like this little knot underneath it. 2 days ago now. And it kind of made it open up a little bit, but that with the swelling. But last night looked at it and it's looking good. So he's okay. We're all good. But that was our first day in Kenya, and it took us. Let me see. We got up at 6. We didn't get out here until I don't know. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We literally, as we got out to another little town that was out here, and we just kept driving. We had to switch over to another smaller vehicle that only fit the few of us, and that's what brought us the rest of the way out here, about 2.5 hours. So I hear airplane taking off from Ambaselli. Ambaselli is literally like right. It's literally like right over there. See that acacia tree over here, right there? See that big, beautiful acacia tree? Ambaselli's literally like right there. We're literally 500 yards from the gate, and the gate is pretty close from us, where that tree is, just beyond that tree. So yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can point it that way. You might not be able to see it, but I can hear the airplanes. So the airplanes are here because they're doing surveying, and they're checking out, and they're counting the wildlife. We have 5 elephants right back here. So we get up this morning, we come out, and there's elephants here. Last night as we were coming back, I'll tell you a little bit about that. But last night as we was coming back, there's zebras right beside you. There's giraffes right there. There's bamboos that are whatever. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of it. The monkeys that are right there. And anyways, so but yeah, so we're right here. There's no fences, there's no gates, so the animals just roam wild out here. So anyway, so we get out here at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we get out here, and we put everything away into the room, and we try to stay up as late as we can, and then we just passed out because we were traveling for almost 3 days. July 7th is whenever we finally got out here to our destination. And it's really cool. You're going to see right now one of the Maasai women is going to start a fire in the fire pit here. So, good morning. So that was kind of our last day of travel. Day one, we got up whenever everybody got some rest in. I think most everybody slept like rocks that night. And we got up the next morning. Kind of took our time, but it was just a day of not really a lot planned. But the major thing is, okay, we're gonna walk around. We're gonna show you guys what you can do, what you cannot do, and what you need to be thinking about while you're here. So we did a whole tour. The bomas and stuff like that. There's several of them. There's one literally right here. There's another one right there. And so they're right here, right here where we're at. And but they have as well kind of like this little, you can't kind of see it, but there's a little fence that's right behind me. It's, of course, the grass is growing in it, but this is where they cut acacia tree and they make like a little fence so that the animals won't try to come into the area where you're at. And so anyway, so we did a whole tour around, and we went over. We saw the church. We saw the school. So the church is new, by the way. The church building is brand new. The guy is he's still in the middle of building it. There's and they build it, in stages, but still in the middle of building the church. And everything is about, if you look at my hand, it's all in this area right over here. And so I can't remember, somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 people. But that's here in this area of this village of the Maasai. But we went and saw the school. We toured around a lot of the different hut houses, and stuff like that. Went and saw the water, the well that Mark dug for the water for this village. And so throughout time, I'll try to go through that whole story of how they ended up back here with the Maasai, right here in Amboseli. But Mark's dug hundreds of wells throughout the world, because that's what they do. And so hopefully I'll get to share a little bit about that as well. Really cool stuff. And so that's what we did pretty much on day one, just going around. It took us a good 3/4 of the day going around, seeing this, seeing that, seeing talking about what we can do, talking about what we can't do, and just kind of getting acquainted with the area. And really cool thing is that's whenever I really got to meet the guy who is the chief, what you would say, pretty much like the chief of the tribe. Like he's the main guy, the main man over the tribe. And so I got to meet him and spend some time with him. And that night, so they have this big cattle pen. It's kind of like right over here. Really, really cool. And that night I got to spend some time with him. His name is Joel. And just talking, just organic and talking. He invited me into their boma that's over here that has the cattle in it. And so they keep the cattle inside, and they put their houses around the outside of that circle, so they can protect the cattle from the lions and the hyenas, all the stuff that's out here. So anyways, so that was really amazing. That was full day one that we were here. Day two, which was yesterday, we got up early and we went to the market because we weren't able to get all the food that we needed from Nairobi. So we had to bring food in. We had to truck literally pack. Well, we had it on backpacks and bags and stuff like that. from Nairobi, whenever we came from Nairobi into here, but we weren't able to get everything. So they're like, no problem. There's a little market up here on Tuesday, so let's go to the market. So Tuesday was day number 2, and it literally took us a full day. The market's about an hour to an hour and a half, and whenever I say that, you're like, how is that an hour to hour and a half? It depends on how many animals are in the road. I mean, there's like just guys driving their cattle and their goats to the market, and they're in the road, and so you're trying to get to, so there's an animal market is at one place, and then there's like a fruit and vegetable and clothes market at another place, and you're just trying to drive down the road. So from here to get to there, it's about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes drive. And then once you get there, of course, we stopped off at the animal market first, but there's people literally, they're taking their cows or their goats to the market, some of them from out here where we're at, and they're just walking the cattle, and they'll be walking right down the road. So, and so you have to obviously stop and make sure you got to wait until they get out of the way before you can pass. So it's awesome. It's a different way of living. Totally incredible to see the Maasai men taking their cattle to try to go, sell them, or their goats, and stuff like that, because that's a way of life. That's how they make a living. And so that took us literally all day yesterday to the market. Go do that and see that, and we got back almost like 5:30, which is almost nighttime here. And wherever you get back, you don't really go anywhere at night. And so we got back here, and that was pretty much day 2. So now we have day 3, and we're starting to get stuff where we're getting ready to start getting to work. So I don't remember exactly what today's schedule is, but we're getting ready to get some work going today. I know there's some Maasai men we're going to be helping out today. So today is Wednesday, and that's what we're doing today. Tomorrow, we're going to be finishing up some of that stuff, and then at 2 p.m., when we went over to the school, a really cool thing is that they invited Kristen and another lady who was here. Her name is Soul. They invited them to come and to teach at the school. So super cool thing. So we're gonna go to the school. And we're going to help them. We're going to teach them. We have some things we're wanting to do with the school kids that are there. And I mean, there's probably 350, 400 kids in this school, and it's amazing. It's amazing. We got to go see it the other day. Just absolutely amazing what they're doing. So, but we'll get some video of that. That'll be Thursday. And then throughout the rest of the week, we got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff planned, and I'm going to be spending some more. I've been spending a lot of time with the Maasai men. I got to spend a good fair amount of time yesterday with Joel, who is he's the chief, here of this tribe. Got to spend quite a bit of time with him yesterday, so that's been really good because he is held in extremely high respect here, and so I get to spend time with him. And then whenever the other men and the other Maasai in general, just the Maasai travel, they're not, this is not just this village. I mean, we had another Maasai man here last night. Of course, his name is Patrick. His English name is Patrick. He was here last night. They travel, they come and go. And so really cool. So, but because I was talking to Joel, we got to talk with Patrick, and so, but it kind of helps us establish, kind of relationship quicker through these guys. So getting to spend quite a bit of time with the Maasai men, which is awesome. And just a couple of them at a time, which is what we're wanting to do, just intentional discipleship. And so just planting those seeds and just watching them grow. They've already given Rebecca a name, and it's called Nashipai. And Nashipai means happiness, and they call her the child of happiness. And she's literally, they say she is happiness, and she brings joy to us. And so, and that's what they have been saying about us being here. They're like, man, you guys bring like so much happiness and joy. So, and if we can just plant that into their hearts and into their lives, I mean, it's not an easy life that they're living. It's very hard. And so we'll get more into that hopefully at a different time. So just want to catch you guys up. That was probably a lot of information. I know the video's 21 minutes long, but there's a lot of really good stuff in there. And so we got Mama over here making a little fire for us to kind of be around and also scare the animals off and the snakes. I said, I don't care about the elephant. They said, you will whenever they get close, because they don't stop and you can't stop it. So the snakes are the ones I'm kind of more worried about, because you can't see them. I don't know if you can see the brush. The brush is thick. So this is trimmed, you know, for us, they call us foreigners. Mazunga. So Mazungus that have that, but out here, this is bush, this right here. And so this is what you live in, is the bush. Try to keep the animals out. Well, the animals come, literally, they come right here. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, living out here in the bush with the Maasai people. And you can see behind me, getting my finger, these are huts. This is a hut. This is a latrine right here. This is a hut. This is a hut. Or no, that's not a hut. That silver thing right there, that's a tin that they've put up. That's around the border of the cow pen. But this right here, that is a hut right there. It's made out of the dirt, which here I'll show you some of the soil. The red dirt. It's made out of the red dirt and cow dung. That's how they make their huts, and put sticks and stuff like that on top. They're starting to get kind of more modernized, and they put tin. So they're starting to use more and more tin, and you can kind of see with this latrine. Of course, Mark and Christine helped build the latrines like this to try to keep it a little bit cleaner, so that when they're going, it's not getting into the drinking water, you know, and so contained and all this other kind of stuff. So anyways, well, I think I'll end it. It's almost 24 minutes long. I might try to section it up later, but all right guys, until next time, bye bye.